Hey everyone, it's Anthony from ComicsHeatingUp.net. I'm doing the new comic spec review video for May 2nd, 2018. Smaller, big publisher week this week with some really strange but interesting indie books on the list this week. Let's hop right into it. DC Nation #0, starting DC Comics' next big storylines, including the wedding of Batman and Catwoman, and I hear they're finally addressing the 3 Jokers, which were promised at the beginning of Rebirth. Regular cover on this, plus some big ratio variants that should be on the cheap side because of this being a 25-cent book, or at least they should be cheap. So if you can find the bigger ratio variants, definitely grab them. Deathstroke #31. This continues that Batman Who's the Daddy storyline. Has a great Jeremy Opena cover. Just a good-looking cover on this one. Death or Glory #1. I read this a few weeks back. It's a really good story. It's a family living off the grid. The problem with living off the grid is it doesn't come with health insurance. Glory has to do bad things against even worse people to save someone she loves. Like I said, I got a chance to read this a couple of weeks back, and I really enjoyed the story. Spawn #285 has 4 different Francisco Mattina split-face covers. Some people saw this as a money grab, but you get a combined cover, a half-mask cover, half hamburger head cover, and a Virgin split-face cover on this. Grab the ones you like. Marvel kicks off a new Avengers #1 this week, following up on the 16-chapter No Surrender storyline. That was a great weekly storyline that they put out, and I really enjoyed it. 8 covers on this one is a little bit of overkill, but it is a new Avengers #1. Marvel's big book for me this week is Star Wars Tag and Bink We're Here #1. This reprints the collected tales of Tag and Binks. The original version of this goes for big money. Not sure how this version will affect the original, but it's an excellent read and an excellent pickup. Humor in the Star Wars universe is much needed. This is definitely a grab for me, even though it's got the hefty $8 price tag. Kind of a fun book is You Are Deadpool #1. It's a 4-part weekly choose-your-own-adventure style Deadpool book. A great concept. I'm really looking forward to this one. Go-Go Power Rangers #9 is the 2nd chapter of the Shattered Grid storyline. Issue 8 sold really well in the secondary market, and I want to see how this one does. Cyber Spectre #1 is Scout's new book. It's written by Richard Ems. The Kickstarter for this one did extremely well. There's been a couple of ashcan versions out for conventions. This has great art by Al Garza. I'm really looking forward to this one. Valiant gives us Harbinger's War 2, Prelude #1. The high ratio variants on Valiant books tend to do really well, so if you can find these, definitely grab them. Gotta say, 2 of the weirdest indie books that I've ever made the list appear this week. First up is Dayglow A-Hole, which has social and political commentary mixed with punk nonsense and gore drawn in vibrant fluorescent colors. This one just looks fun. And Alien Toilet Monsters #1. Can't get over the title, it makes me laugh. It is best described as a nihilistic satire that shamelessly probes the underside of humanity. Poop jokes not included. That's it for this week. Let us know what you're specking on. If you're watching on ComicsHeatingUp.net, please join the conversation. If you're watching on Facebook or another site, please jump over to ComicsHeatingUp.net or YouTube and join in. It's a great week for comic news. This past week, we saw some back issues pop. Let's hope that this week does more of the same. If you haven't done so, please subscribe, and thumbs up are always appreciated. We're almost at that 1,000 subscriber mark, so let's push it over this week. That's it, guys. We'll see you next week.